Guys, it's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And it's game day live. Let's go. I know a lot of you are watching the game, but I know you need some of your questions answered. So come here, put it in the comment section. Super chat if you need it to skip the line. Become a member if you want to skip the line. Appreciate everybody being here. Let me see who in the building. Big Will in the building. 30 punt, 40 punt. Ice Cold Jones, first one in the building. What's up, bruh? We got Hector, Durf Boy, Ian Taylor, Sports Dog. What's going on, guys? How y'all guys doing? Let's go. All right, let's see here. Let's talk about a little bit about the weather. Also, I want to talk about a little bit about some prop bets too. So let's see here. Okay. So let's see what's going on with the weather right here. If it stopped loading, come on. Okay. I don't know why my computer acting so slow right now, guys, but let's get going. Okay. All right. I see you. What's up, A Brody? All right. So let's talk about the first game that we're gonna talk about is the Seattle Seahawks and Atlanta Falcons. It's in Atlanta, but it's in a dorm. So we don't need to know about the weather because it's in a dorm. So Seattle, Atlanta, start your studs. We're not worried about weather. It's inside of a dorm. Let's move to another game that's outside. It's going to be the Tennessee Titans versus the Buffalo Bills. And it's going to be 12 miles per hour wind. Now listen, that's not light wind. So if you have a kicker in this game and you want to swap a guy out, that's fine. I think it should be okay because it's going to be clear. It's not raining. So the 12 miles per hour wind shouldn't be that bad, but it does control the ball a little bit, just to let you know. So yes, good weather to start your guys. Also, Rudolph is starting. They did bench Will Evers. So I think Calvin Ridley will have a little bit of value. So you can play him today if you wanted to. Let's move on to another game. Let's go to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. This is a AFC North game. It's going to be at Cleveland. It's going to be pretty decent weather to be in Cleveland in October. It's 65 degrees Fahrenheit and only 8 miles per hour wind. So start your guys. Cleveland, only guy that I want to start right now is probably Nick Chubb, just to start him. Not saying he's going to boom, but he's ready to play. So play him. Especially if you went 0 RB, and then I'm probably going to play Njoku. I'm not playing anybody else on Cleveland. Cincinnati, I'm starting everybody. I'm starting Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, Zach Moss if I have to. So I'm starting my guys. Joe Burrow. Let's move on to another game. This is another outside game. Good weather to be in Green Bay, so it's going to be the Houston Texans at the Green Bay Packers. 74 miles per hour. 74 degrees. Partly cloudy, but 12 miles per hour wind. That's a little heavy, but I think everybody should be solid. So if you want to start another kicker, you could. Again, it's 12 miles per hour wind, but no rain, so it should be good. All right, let's move on to the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. It's going to be at Indianapolis, so we're not worried about the weather. It should be good. It's inside of a dorm, so we good with that one. So start your guys. I love Anthony Richardson as kind of a sneaky start. Also Trey Sermon because of Anthony Richardson. Whenever Anthony Richardson is starting, I'm okay starting any running back in that backfield. That's starting. Goodson is an okay start. All right, let's go to the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings game. It's inside of a dorm, so we're not worried about any of the weather. Start your guys. This is going to be a lot of fantasy points. I would be nervous about starting the running backs from Detroit. Minnesota is fantastic against the run. Minnesota is fantastic against the run. Detroit is very, very good against the run. So this is going to be a pass funnel game. I'm starting Jordan Addison. I'm starting Justin Jefferson. I'm starting Amon-Ra. I'm starting Jameson Williams. I think Jahmyr Gibbs can have a good game. I think he's going to catch passes, but I would be nervous about David Montgomery. Minnesota stops the run like no one else. Inside of a dorm, start your guys. All right, another NFC East matchup. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at New York Giants. We got Saquon Barkley revenge game. That's the only reason why I'm going to start him. But Philly got two great defensive tackles that stop the run. But that doesn't mean that you can't run on them, but it's very, very tough. So I am starting Saquon Barkley no matter what. We all are doing that, right? We know Saquon Barkley is a must start every week. Pretty good weather to be in New York in October. 3 miles per hour wind, 71 degrees clear. Start your guys. I'm starting AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Got it if I got to. Also, Daniel Jones is kind of sneaky. Philly's secondary is not that good. Malik Neighbors is a must start. And Wan'Dale Robinson is a sneaky PPR monster. Let's move on. Las Vegas Raiders. This is the 4 o'clock game at the Los Angeles Rams. Is in a dorm. Start your guys. I'm not starting anybody for the Raiders outside of Brock. That's the only guy I'm starting. And I think the Rams is a sneaky defense. I'm playing them in a couple leagues. And Cooper Kupp is out today. Okay, let's see here. I'm starting Tutu Atwell too in that game. All right, let's move on to the Carolina Panthers and Washington Commanders game. It's going to be at Washington, guys. I think this could be the highest scoring game of the week. Maybe I'm off, right? I could be completely off, but I love starting everybody in this game. Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler if you need to, Zach Ertz if you need to, Chuba Hubbard for the Carolina Panthers. Andy Dalton, Deontay Johnson, and Xavier Leggett all should be started today. All those guys should be started. Yes, Leggett, yes sir. User 279, yes. So I think I'm starting all my guys in this game that I have on those teams. All right, moving on to the Kansas City and San Francisco game. I think this is going to be a defensive game. I think this is a 21-17 game. Great weather in California. Kansas City is going to San Francisco. Juju, I'm starting him. Pat Mahomes, I'm starting him. Brock Purdy, if you have to, you start him. Pretty sure he's a top 12 quarterback for you. I'm starting Mason. I'm starting Ayuk. I'm starting Debo. Start your guys. Pretty good weather today. And then we got the 8 o'clock game. We got the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh game. I think this is a sorry game to have at night. This is not going to be a lot of points, but it is exciting to watch Devontae Adams. I do believe Devontae Adams will be guarded by Joey Porter Jr. So I still love Garrett Wilson. If you play Garrett Wilson, still playing. Pittsburgh, I'm a little bit nervous. I probably start George Pickens. I probably start Najee Harris. That's about it. And going to the Monday night game, we got 2 Monday night games. This is the Baltimore. Also, I'm sorry, guys. The weather's going to be good. 60 degrees clear. I'm sorry about that. 3 miles per hour wind, so we're not worried about anything about the weather. But going to the Baltimore Ravens at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Monday night, it's going to be 9 miles per hour wind, 76 degrees clear. So we good in Florida. Start everybody. I'm starting everybody from Baltimore, even down to Rashad Bateman. If you need to start him, I think he's a good start. I think he has touchdown upside. Tampa Bay, I'm starting Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, and you can choose whatever running back you want to play. That's nasty to be starting a Tampa Bay running back against the Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be disgusting. I'm not saying they can't boom. I just don't want to start running backs against the Baltimore Ravens. That makes me nervous. All right, in the last game on Monday, we got two games on Monday. One starting at 9 o'clock, the other one starting at 8:15. It's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers at the Arizona Cardinals. I start your guys. It's inside of a dorm, 82 degrees, so we're not worried about weather. Start your Chargers. Start Justin Herbert. Start J.K. Dobbins. And you can start Quentin Johnson if you want to. Lad McConkey, we don't know if he's going to be active, but you just got to wait and see. I think he's a good start if he's active. Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison did make it out of concussion protocol. Start him. I know it looks disgusting to start him this week, but you got to. If he's healthy, he's the number one wide receiver for this team, so you start him. You start James Conner, you start Kyler Murray, and you start Trey McBride. All right, let's talk about some news. Let's talk about some news here. Let's see what's going on. Any news that we need to talk about any injuries. Let's see here. Jordan Whittington trending towards playing, especially with Cooper Kupp being out. Oh, okay. They said that Johnson was doubtful. Okay, I haven't got to that yet. Okay. So I guess it looks like you're going to have to start Ladd or Josh Palmer. Thank you for letting me know that, Aaron Holloway. 96-yard punt return from who? Who did it? Who took the punt return back? Justin Fields would not be starting today. Justin Fields, he might get some snaps, but he would not be starting. Hassan Reddick, the defense of end from the New York Jets, will stop his holdout and will show up next week. Jacksonville, okay. Number 11. Okay, I don't know who that is. Do you have an EBT card? No, I do not. I used to have one when I was small. No shame in my game. Amari Cooper is poised to make his debut today. I would lower your expectations. But yes, Amari Cooper, you can start him as a flex if you want to, or wait 1 week. Let's see. Yeah, Cooper Kupp not playing this week. Aiden Hutchinson could be back for a Super Bowl if they make it to the Super Bowl. Will Levis would not be playing today. Mason Rudolph is the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. I've been telling y'all that for about 2 to 3 weeks. That's not cutting edge content. Everybody knew that Will was going to get benched eventually. Trey Benson was added to the injury report. I think he will be active, but he was added to the injury report yesterday. Lad McConkey is injured, so he will be a game time decision. DJ Chark is listed as questionable for the Chargers. Let's see here. Anything else? Yep. Quentin Johnson is doubtful for Monday. Let's see. What's good, RG? Let's see here. Ricky Pearsall all set for season debut. You know Juwan Jennings is out, so don't be surprised if you see Ricky Pearsall go for a deep play. Kenneth Walker was added to the injury report with an illness. I think he still would be active, but he was added to the injury report. They said it was a 97-yard punt return, longest one in Jags history. Wow. Rashad White is listed as questionable. I think he will play, though. Mike Evans got a little bit of a hamstring injury. Be aware of that. Let's see, guys. I think that's about it. All the stuff that really matters. Nick Chubb should be playing. Full go for Monday is Marvin Harrison Jr. from the Arizona Cardinals. All right, that's it, guys. All right, so let's get to some of these questions. Let's get to some of these questions here. Ice Cold Jones says, with Cup out, do I start Juju, Down, Shakir, or Worthy? I'm gonna go with Juju slightly over Downs. I love Downs. I think Downs is a start. But because of Anthony Richardson being a little volatile with his accuracy, I believe that Juju is a little bit of a safer play. But Downs got way more upside. So I would say Juju for a safe, because you know Juju gonna get targeted. They need Juju. I don't think his injuries is not knocking him right now. It's real early. I think he's still kind of healthy. So I would say Juju over Downs. But if you wanted to play Downs over Juju, I don't think it's nothing. It's nothing wrong with that. Big Will says 30 point, 40 point. What up, sir? Purdy or AR? I'm going with AR. I'm going with AR. Big Will says need help starting one in the flex. A-Chain versus Indianapolis, or Charbonnet versus Atlanta, or Jordan Mason's versus Kansas City. Thanks, bro. Jordan Mason's versus Kansas City. Charbonnet, we don't know. Now, if he's starting and Kenneth Walker's out, hell yeah, it's Charbonnet. A-Chain, we know what A-Chain is without Tua. It's just volatile. I don't care if they playing against a middle school team. I'm just going to be hesitant to start him. I like Mason. I know what Mason is. Even though Garendo is active, I still know Mason will get some goal line touches, and that makes me feel secure. So I'm going to go with Jordan Mason. Okay, Hector. Hector says, who do I start? Kincaid or Njoku? I'm going with Njoku slightly, especially with Amari Cooper being on the Buffalo Bills. It makes me think that the targets are going to be a little bit less for other guys. So I would say Njoku over Kincaid. Njoku over Kincaid. Durf Boy says, what's good, bro? Since Cup is out, I play Hopkins, or do I drop him for Juju, Whittington, or Leggett? I would say hold on to Hopkins, stash him, and I would probably play Leggett. Whew. Well, Juju is the safer play, but Leggett got more upside. So what do you need? If you need 10 points, 8, 9, 10 points, then I would play Juju. But if you need somebody who can give you 15 to 20 points, then I would go Leggett. So choose the safe or the boom. The boom is Leggett. The safe is Juju. Let's move on. Let's see. Ian Taylor, what's up, Ian Taylor? He says, hey, TD, Waddle or Goodson? I'm going with Waddle, man. Goodson he's a safe PPR back. He should get 4 or 5 catches today. But Waddle got a little bit more upside. I just don't want to be wishing for a backup running back to outscore a guy that's a starter. So I'm going to go with Waddle. Both of them are volatile, so I'm going to go with Waddle. Got a super chat in the building from my homie, Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. He says, thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Anytime, bro. You know I got you. Sports Dog says, TD 18 standard. I'm using James Conner and Brian Robinson as my RBs. I have Jahmyr Gibbs. Thanks. Yeah, you need to have Jahmyr Gibbs in there too, man, especially today. Now, I know it's no catching. I think you have to beat Minnesota by using a pass-catching running back to get open between them linebackers. You're not going to run the ball up the gut on them like that. They blitz and they taking away the run every single play. That's what they do. And make you guess what blitz they going to do that down. I think you need to get Jahmyr Gibbs in there. I would probably play Jahmyr Gibbs over Connor. If that's the only 3 spots that you can play, I would. But if you can play all three are great plays today, or good plays. But I would try to get Jahmyr Gibbs in there over Connor if I could. But if you can play all 3, play all 3. Hey, brother says, yes, you were right. Tank in for a touchdown. Yes. Yes, I was right. I don't want to take it that I was right, man, because I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Each time, I just make the decision off the data that I have in my mind by watching the game. Everybody been watching Tank Dell. I mean, not Tank Dell, but Tank Bigsby. Everybody know Tank Bigsby was trending as the starter. Not saying the ETN is not gonna get a starting job back, but nobody wanted to play ETN, and everybody was looking for Tank to get the workload by himself, and he did. So you got to play him. That's all it was. I'm not gonna act like I made some type of cutting edge call. But thank you though, bro. Thank you. Kincaid or Kraft? Man, Kincaid make me nervous, man. They brought in Amari Cooper for a reason. He could get a touchdown, but I'm gonna go with Kraft, man. I'm gonna go with Kraft. Now listen, you can play either one, but I'm going with Kraft. I'm going with Kraft. Ethan says, I know it's popular, but what you think about Devontae yards today? 50 yards, maybe one TD. You got to play him. I don't think I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you how many catches and what he's going to do because nobody knows. But what I will tell you, that Aaron Rodgers will target him at least 6 or 7 times today. At least 6 or 7 times. I think he's a starter unless you got Justin Jefferson or somebody like that to play. I wouldn't play Amari Cooper over him. I wouldn't play Tyler Lockett over him. I would go ahead and play Devontae. What's up, Tron? What's up, bruh? Sport Dog 100 says member 1 year TD 100. Thank you, bruh. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Everybody that's a member, I appreciate it. But thank you, though, Sports Dog. You've been a member for 1 year, man. He says, I picked up Jordan Addison, way to go, and T. Higgins. So my wide receivers are Garrett Wilson and Terry McLaurin. Yes, sir. Do I make a switch or just wait till week 8 to use Addison or Higgins? No, you cannot put... Okay, so listen, you got T. Higgins. That's why I don't have T. Higgins. T. Higgins is not a bad player, but now you got to make a decision between T. Higgins and Addison. And man, trying to figure out what T. Higgins is going to do is almost more volatile than trying to figure out what Metcalf going to do from week to week. Them guys, you kind of just got to start. So now you sitting around playing this wait to see what's going to happen between Addison and Higgins. And bro, nobody's smart enough to know. I do know that I like Addison over Higgins because I believe the offense is a little bit better for Addison than it is for Higgins. That's me. Now, both of them are number 2 wide receivers, and they both going to get weaker corners. But I like Addison because I like Minnesota. I like the play calling from Kevin O'Connell. So I'm going to go with Addison. But I'm not going to tell you to bench Higgins because he's not a bench. So to me, you got to make that move. You got to get some of these guys off your bench. You don't want to muddy the water up trying to decide over these tomato guys. To make it easy for you. Addison is a start every single week, if you ask me. I wouldn't play matchup with Higgins and Addison. I would just start Addison. But you can't make a switch. You can't switch out Terry McLaurin or Garrett Wilson. Yeah, you can't make that decision. Robert Mallett says, good morning, TD. Blessings to you and your family. Higgins or Devontae Smith, Daniels, or Lamar Jackson? I'm going with... Higgins and Devontae Smith is tough. That's why I don't like Higgins, man. All he does, we know what type of caliber player he is, but is he consistent enough to really make you sit here and be, who should I play? I think it's a waste of time. That's just me. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just don't like to get those medium players, mid players, and have to make decisions on them. I like it easy. I say Higgins over Devontae Smith. I don't feel great about it. I think Devontae Smith is a start. I actually like Devontae Smith a little bit better, but the matchup is tougher against the Giants. Giants have a good defense. Cleveland has a decent defense, but nobody's stopping Higgins, I don't feel like. So I'm going to go with Higgins, and then definitely you got to go with Lamar Jackson over Daniels. I love Daniels, but you got to go with Lamar Jackson. Joel says, what up, TD? I've got Brian Thomas Jr. and Bigsby playing right now. I told you. Yes, sir. Good job, bruh. You got to play Brian Thomas Jr. Bigsby, I'm glad. I got him playing too. But Brian Thomas Jr., I told y'all, you need to go buy. I know a lot of you didn't want to go buy on him. You need to have him. You should have been traded for him. It's too late now. It's over. I made plenty of videos for the last 2 to 3 weeks and told y'all to go get him. It's over. You probably ain't gonna be able to get him. Now you gonna sit here and ask me some crazy trade. Should you go use Jamar Chase to get Brian Thomas Jr.? That's up to you. That's your decision. That's your decision. Jor says, play 2. Marvin Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, and Tank Dell. I'm playing Garrett Wilson and Tank Dell. I'm playing Garrett Wilson and Tank Dell. User 279, appreciate you being here, bro. He says, YouTube, what's good, guys? Hissa, what's up, Hissa? Appreciate you being here. He said, what do you think about the product Rip Right is selling? I don't know what Rip Right is, man, but I appreciate you being here. This is some fantasy football cutting edge content. Make sure you hit the like button and sub. Impossible says half point PPR. Start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Chuba, James Cook, Chase Brown, Eckler, Tracy, Zay, JSN, Pittman. So the 1 wide receiver that you should be starting is going to be Zay. The 1 running back that you should be starting is going to be Chuba. And the 1 flex that you should be starting is going to be James Cook over Tracy and Pittman and Chase Brown. You can swap out James Cook for Chase Brown if you wanted to. If you wanted to put Chase Brown over James Cook, that's okay. C.A. Jefferson says Cooper, Ridley, or Tracy. I'm going with Tyrone Tracy. C.A. Jefferson says, appreciate all you do, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Aaron Holloway says, good morning, TD. Good morning to you too, bro. Lad or Wit? So I don't know what Wit you talking about. I think you talking about Jordan Whittington, right? Let me make sure that's who you talking about. I think you talking about Jordan Whittington. I would go with Lad over Jordan Whittington if Lad is healthy. Tron says, I need 2 wide receivers and a flex PPR. Tyreek, Cup, McLaurin, JSN, Mooney, Mostert. If you include Cup and he's out, who to play instead of Cup? Yeah, Cup is out. So you need 2 wide receivers and a flex. That's McLaurin and Mooney. And the 1 flex should be Tyreek. So McLaurin, Mooney, and Tyreek. A-Gang Grizzle says, yo, TD need 2 out of Tyreek, A-Chain, and JSN. Bro, I'm going to tell you to go with the squeeze. I'm going to tell you to go with Tyreek and A-Chain. Tyreek and A-Chain. We got Vino in the building with the super chat. Vino says, need 2 running backs and 1 flex, PPR. Okay. Jordan Mason, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and Josh Downs. So your 2 running backs is going to be Kareem Hunt and Jordan Mason. Your 1 flex play is going to be Josh Downs. Jordan Mason, Kareem Hunt, and Josh Downs. Appreciate you, Vino. Yes, sir. Tom, what's up, Tom? He says, good morning. Can I buy your fridge? Yes, you can. Come get it as it is. I'm not going to take any food out of it. Come get it as it is, and I'll give you a nice price. Appreciate you being here, bruh. A-Gang Grill says, much appreciated. Appreciate you. Aaron Holloway says, they said Johnson was doubtful. You're right. Thank you for letting me know. Abel says, let me see. That's not it. Okay, Sir Ma says, where are the garden tools at? They in the back in the warehouse. User 279 says, I think Michael Wilson could still be a start. Yes, I do believe that too. But I'm not starting them to look for a touchdown. I don't not when I got a lot of good players on my team. Now, if you don't got no players and you need to start a wide receiver, Michael Wilson is a good start to find somebody. But I'm not gonna try to start him just to get one touchdown. That's nah. I wouldn't do that. But he is a solid start if you need somebody to fill in as a flex play. Let's see here. Got another super chat in the building from my homie Durf Boy. He says, thanks for what you do, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you, Durf Boy. Appreciate you. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hey, brother says Brian Thomas is insane. Yes, guys, I love Brian Thomas Jr. I told y'all that was going to be my favorite wide receiver that I was drafting. I've told y'all year after year. People say that I am crazy for the wide receivers that I pick. I'm not even arrogant as I should be. I'm like 80-90% hit. I got an 80-90% hit rate. Who the hell said Brian Thomas Jr. was the best wide receiver in this draft? Now listen, Malik, I did put Malik over Brian Thomas, and when you draft him because he was getting all the targets with the Giants. So I give respect where it's due. I'm not just gonna get tunnel vision on a player, but Brian Thomas Jr. when I looked at his score and used my little assessment for my phenom tiers and my putting a player into the phenom tier, I said Brian Thomas Jr. was number one. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see here. MVM says, TD, you the man, bro. Who should I start? Worthy, Downs, or Juju? Pick two. I'm starting Downs and Juju. Downs and Juju. Got another super chat in the building from my homie Sean Bonds. What's up, bro? He said, was offered Aaron Jones and Ferguson for Chase Brown and Kraft PPR. Your thoughts, bro? No. Hey, listen, let me tell you why I'm saying no. And kind of y'all, sometimes I know y'all be like, why are you saying no to this trade? Bro, I don't want you to get Aaron Jones. Bro, he volatile. Listen, he is fantastic. He could sneak into the Hall of Fame if he win a Super Bowl or keep playing, because he's a good player, man. I mean, I'm not capping. He's a really great player. You got to give him, you got to acknowledge him. But he's very volatile, and I'm not gonna tell y'all to be picking up volatile players when you already got Chase Brown, who's going to be a league winner. So I don't care unless he offer you Alvin Kamara or somebody like that. You're not trading no Chase Brown. Even I don't care nothing about no Ferguson. It's a tight end. Tight ends are not gonna win you the league. So no, don't. I say no to that, Sean Bonds. Don't do that trade. Let's see here. RG said, what's goody, TD? What's good with you, bro? Tron says, I may have to drop someone. Who would you drop? D-Hop, Braylon Allen, Ty Chandler, Madison, Mostert, JSN, or Mooney? I'm probably dropping Mostert. Mostert? Yeah, I'm dropping Mostert. I know you might. I would try to trade Mostert, but if you can't, I'm not, because JSN, something can happen to Tyler Lockett, and JSN could be a top play. Mooney is a top wide receiver. He's a top 24 wide receiver, if you ask me. Ty Chandler is a top end handcuff, and so is Braylon Allen. The only guy, I feel like with Mostert, he's still going to have to split with Jalen Wright. So I'm going to say Mostert. Madison is kind of the starting running back for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's disgusting, but he's the starting running back. So I'm going to say Mostert. A lot of people don't want to drop Mostert. They stuck on Mostert from last year. I'm not. This is a new team. A-Chain, as long as A-Chain is healthy, I'm not worried about no Mostert. I'm not going to chase those points that Mostert is getting. Unless Tua goes down again and there's a whole new offense and Tua's out for the rest of the year, then maybe I might pick up Mostert and play him on spot starts. User 279 says, I still like G5 this week, even with Adams coming to the New York Giants. Yes, I love Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson. Let me see here. To New York. Yeah, I love Garrett Wilson as the number 2 wide receiver because he's going to be getting number 2 corners on him. And I think he's a better number 2 wide receiver because he can beat almost any number 2 corner in the league, in the NFL. RG says AR or Goff. Now, listen, I'm going with Goff. Goff got to pass the ball against the Minnesota Vikings, so I'm going with Goff over AR. I love AR upside, but Goff going to be passing the ball a lot. I love Amon-Ra and Goff this week. Ian Taylor says, good call, TD. Rams, sneaky D. It is a sneaky D. I see you, Travis Looney. What's up, bruh? I see you, Conscious Machine. Let's see. LA Real Gamer says, way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the red hat to match. Right. That's the old school, right? That's the old school. Y'all got to understand, I'm from North Carolina. So I love camouflage. I love military type stuff, like the camo, different colors of the camo. User 279 says, I wouldn't mind starting Alec Pierce as a boom if you needed him. Facts. I don't think I got him because I got Josh Downs in a lot of leagues, and I can't get Alec in this week. I don't think I got him in starting in any of my redraft leagues. I think I got him in some best ball leagues. Sport Dog says, TD 118 PPR Superflex. I have Saquon Barkley, B. John Robinson, and my 2 flex are Chuba Hubbard and J.K. Dobbins. Have nothing to say about that, bro. You killing it. Brian Robinson on my bench. Great matchup. Would you use him as the RB flex? Let me see. You got Saquon and you got B. John. Oh, excuse me. You can't get him in there. You can start him. You can start him. Nah, you can't start him over J.K. You can't start him over Chuba. You can't start him over B. John. You can't start him over Saquon. You can't get him in, bro. You got to make a trade. You don't want to have them problems. Then listen, it's not nothing wrong with having a bunch of running backs because somebody going to get nicked up or you're going to have bye weeks. So I would say just hold on to them and you just sit there and maybe you might have to play a matchup every week with one of these guys, with 2 of these guys, and that's okay because having running back depth is very, very important in fantasy. Wide receiver depth is a little bit overrated, but running back depth is important. You can never really have too many running backs, but you just don't want to make those starts and sit decisions where it's going to hurt you. But if you got guys that are really good and you just slotted them in, it's okay to have one extra one. So, no, you can't get Brian Robinson in. Even though this is a great matchup, you can't get him in. I can't tell you to do that. Like Saquon, like you could probably say sit Saquon, but we know we're not doing that. But that's the only guy that has a bad matchup. We got another super chat from Father of 3. Appreciate you, bro. He says, rise and grind, TD. Pick 2 to start. A-Chain, Hunt, J-Mo. Hunt and J-Mo. Hunt and J-Mo. Gunter, what's up, Gunter? He says, love the stream. Appreciate you being here, bro. He says, any tips on how I can get my dad to stop getting super jealous every time my sister and I sleep together? Wow, bro. 1-800-JESUS. That's call that hotline. 1-800-JESUS. Call that hotline. User 279 says, I think ETN is getting traded maybe to the Cowboys. Preach. I agree with that. I had to drop him in this league where I only got like 4 bench spots. I couldn't keep him. I needed to make a defensive play. This league defenses are scoring 50 to 60 points. I can't hold on to no ETN for 8 points. Talking about, I can't drop him. And then my defense is scoring 20 and everybody else's defense scoring 35. So I had to drop ETN. But I do believe he will go to the Cowboys or go to another team that need an RB. I agree with you 100%, user 279. Agree with you 100%. Let's go, Chris. I see you. Aaron Holloway in the building. User 279 says, I'm interested to see what wide receiver the Chiefs gonna get. Who knows? Could be D-Hop, it could be anybody. B. Growing said, Cup unlikely to play. I put in Brian Thomas Jr. in last minute. Bruh, and I'm going to chastise you a little bit. Bro, last minute? What would you do making a decision on? Listen, yes, Cup is a start if he's healthy, but this is Brian Thomas Jr., bro. He's a top 5 potential wide receiver. You got to start him. Guys, do not get upset because they have one bad game. Jamar Chase have bad games, but y'all don't ask me about him. Ask me about Jamar Chase. Brian Thomas Jr. got to start. And listen, it's y'all team, so I'm not going to sit here and say y'all are crazy because you're not starting them, but it's y'all team. It's y'all team. But Brian Thomas Jr. is as good as it's going to get. I don't know what y'all want him to. Y'all want him to score 500 yards a game? Like, this guy is a baller. They need to push the ball downfield. He's not playing against Deion Sanders. Brian Thomas Jr. And I'm not getting on you, Big Growing, because I know you said you played him, man. But I want y'all to be already set in your mind. Like, it's certain plays that, guys, you got to be able to follow what I'm saying. If not, then you're going to miss out. And then now I'm going to have to try to give you advice on stuff that I'm not even on those players. Sometimes, guys, I can't give you advice on players that I have no clue. Like, if you got somebody like, hey, TD, I drafted Mike Evans. What should I do? I don't know what to tell you what to do. But if you got Brian Thomas Jr., I know you're going to be okay. And I even can tell you what to do if Brian Thomas Jr. plays bad. Like, he's not a good player. I can tell you, like, look, this is what you need to do. But so you need to make sure you get these pillars. And Brian Thomas Jr. is a pillar. Malik Neighbors is a pillar. Brian Robinson is a pillar. Like, these are guys that I think you got to have on your team because they're going to win you're going to win your leads when you pick up these guys. All right. Deal the Voter says, TD, just wanted to get your opinion on this trade I made. I got Hopkins for Rome. I like that. I like that you're getting Rome because you know that Caleb Williams is picking up. And Garrett Wilson for Kareem Hunt. And I got Hopkins for... Oh, wait a minute. I got Hopkins for Rome. Okay, so you got Hopkins. Okay. I think that, bro, he needs to go to Kansas City. If he goes to Kansas City, that's going to be good for you. And Garrett Wilson for Kareem Hunt. So you got Garrett Wilson, you traded Kareem Hunt. I'm pretty sure you deep at running back because you wouldn't trade it. So that's a good move to get Garrett Wilson because he had a buy low opportunity with Devontae Adams coming there. So that was a great move. Hopefully you real deep at running back, right? I'm okay with the hop. If he goes to Kansas City, I think it's you killed it. It's cutting edge. If he goes somewhere else, it could be volatile. I love the Garrett Wilson and Kareem Hunt move if you deep at running backs. Good job, bro. Conscious Machines says, good morning, football fantasizers. Hit the like button, says Conscious Machine. User 279 says, Adams and Wilson is going to be a nightmare for other teams. Also adding in Breach and even Lazard is going to be problems. They're going to be decent. Thoughts on the Bills D versus Tennessee today? I love the Bills D versus the Tennessee today. Now, I liked it more with Will Levis, but I think Mason Rudolph is going to be decent. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be decent. Tennessee could win this game, so be careful. Be careful. Conscious says 30 seed right now, Dobbs, Watson, or Whittington. I'm going with Watson over Dobbs and Whittington. I played Sutton. My opponent left ETN in. Important week. Good job. He matched you, didn't he, bruh? Y'all matched. Y'all matched. Good job. I like the way you put that. That was fun. That's funny. I played Sutton, but he left ETN in. I like that. Deal the Voter says, who should I flex? TD, Leggett, Waddle, or Bucky? I'm going with Leggett over Waddle and Bucky. Bucky moved down a little bit to me, especially with Rashad White coming back and Sean Tucker having a good game. CHB in the building. What's up, bruh? He says, good morning. What up, bruh? Hype off the pre-workout. Geno Smith or Sam Darnold? I'm going with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. LA Real Gamer says, is Kamara a bench until Carr returns? No. You got to start Kamara every single week. It ain't got that bad. It's only 1 week. I can't make that assessment off 1 week. Carl might even come back next week. But either way, I still think you got to start Kamara. Conscious Machine says, TD, I swear I just tried my PayPal again to become a member. It's not your problem. I'm just sorry I can't support the channel more. It's all good, bro. Sam Darnold. Yes, sir, user. It's all good, Conscious. Aaron Hollywood said, yes, it was Jordan Whittington, and got you. I'm gonna make that change now. Thanks, TD. Anytime, Aaron. Elisa, what's up, Elisa? She says, good morning, TD. Standard. Mary, Kyler Mary, Cousins, or AR. I'm going with Kirk Cousins over AR and Mary. I'm going with Kirk Cousins over AR and Mary. Good question. You got a lot of good quarterbacks. Got another super chat from my homie, Sean Bonds. He said he just offered Brian Robinson for Chase Brown, bruh. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you, Sean. I think it's a good trade. But to me, I'm going to give you what these two players are like. It's like trading 4 years ago. It's like trading Austin Eckler for Derrick Henry. Like, do you want Austin Eckler or do you want Derrick Henry? Which one you want? You know that Derrick Henry is getting goal line touches. He may not be catching a lot of passes, but he's getting all the goal line touches. More than Chase Brown is. But Chase Brown, in that game script, with a passing team, is going to be catching a lot of passes. To me, in full PPR, I think Chase Brown is safer. But Brian Robinson is going to be getting 15 to 25 touches every single game. So what do you want, bruh? I think these are tomato. Both of these guys are on my list of players that I'm going down with the ship with when I did this in the beginning of the season. So this is one of my 70% hit rate. Actually, both of those guys are my 70% hit rate guys. So I would say I like tomato. Full PPR, I like Chase Brown, Brian Robinson, and all other formats. Let's see. Conscious Machine says, I've had Whittington since Puka went down. I may start him over Dobbs and Watson. I have a feeling TD will advise me to play Kristen. You know it. You know I am. You know I am, bruh. That's all I can do. I'm going to be me. B. Growing says, TD, you was talking about Brian Thomas Jr. in the offseason. Facts. That's why I drafted Brian Thomas Jr. Cutting edge content. I said what I said. Thank you, bruh. That's what I like. That's what makes me feel good about my channel. Because I know I be hitting on guys like this. I did it a couple years ago with Christian Watson. All Christian Watson got to do is get healthy. If that man get healthy and can stay healthy for about 6-7 games with no hamstring problems, I'm telling y'all, people gonna say, you know what, TD, you might be right, man. You know, Christian Watson might be the #1 there. I'm telling you. Because if it's that boom. Don't no other fantasy football content creator talk about boom the way I talk about boom. I love the boom. The boom is what wins. Nobody else talks about that. Everybody, well, sometimes he booms. Bro, that's the guy you want. Like, I love J-Mo over a consistent guy. I like J-Mo Williams from the Detroit Lions over Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is safe, but I like J-Mo for that boom. 20-point, 30-point. 20-point, 30-point. Short bus. Notification. Wait a minute. Guys, I see something. It says, warning, permanent ban will occur if you do not end the live in the next 1 minute. Permanent ban? Why is permanent ban coming? Let me make sure this ain't nothing bad, guys. I don't know what this is. Okay. I gotta be in and start it over. End the live to be safe. Right. Let me end it, guys, just to make sure. Oh, it's not from YouTube? Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know, man. Guys, I'm not I gotta be careful about because YouTube would just they wouldn't do say that. All right. It's making me nervous. It's making me nervous. Yeah, Tennessee got a good. They do got a good defense. Facts. All right, so let me keep going, guys. I got off a little bit. Um, Mr. Anderson, he said, "What up, bro? Gibbs or Dale in the flex? Hit the like button." I'm going with Gibbs because I think this is a Gibbs game when you're going up against the Minnesota Vikings. And the reason why, because they blitzing you, they stopping your run, so you need somebody who can exploit these linebackers. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you. Um, so yes, I would say play Gibbs over Dale. Uh, let's see. Conscious Machine says TD was all about Brian Thomas Jr. Facts. Yes, I was. A says, "Hey, who do you think is the next breakout wide receiver?" Demario Douglas. I know he's one. I love Drake May. I think Drake May is gonna be pushing the ball downfield. I like Drake May. I mean, I like Demario Douglas. Um, Let me look real quick, guys. Wait. Let's see here. Troy Franklin Jr. That's one. Troy Franklin Jr. Right. I like Hopkins too. Mal South says, "Hey man, I'm stuck on something. Josh Downs or Jordan Whittington. Cup isn't coming back. Josh Downs over Whittington. Josh Downs over Whittington." Conscious says Whittington breaking out currently. He could be. Conscious says TD knows I've supported Whittington since week 2. I started Whittington already. Right. You have. You've been on him for a while. Terry Crowder says, "What's your thoughts on Coop going to the Bills? I got him sitting for a minute to see what happens. I think he's going to be a top 24 wide receiver. I think you got to start him. That's what I think. If he's going to be the number one guy, no, I'm not going to say that, but I think he's going to be a nice guy to start. He's going to be a wide receiver too, at least." Gabe Barker says, "Wright might be a good play today, but I'm not taking that risk." No, don't play Wright. Do not play Wright today. No, definitely don't do that. Travis Looney, what's going on, bro? Ethan says, "Should I start Amari Cooper, Josh Downs, or Marvin Harrison Jr.?" I'm going to say start Josh Downs over Amari Cooper and Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think we just got to wait and see for a minute. Let him boom without him being in your lineup. Gabe Barker says golf is guaranteed 15, but AR potentially anywhere from 5 to 35. Yeah, facts. But I would say golf, his matchup is so good that you gotta play him. Yes, like button, 40 like, 50 like. Lisa said, "What? Johnson is out? Who is Johnson?" Chris says, "What up, TD? Let's go." Yes, sir. Chris says, "Drop Bucky, Irvin for Hopkins, Sean Tucker, and White is crowding too much." No, don't drop Bucky, Irvin. No, I'm not for no D Hop. Terry says I'm always starting Chase 6-0. Good job, bro. That's how you do it. He's a monster. Dirty Boy says Kincaid or Kraft. Sorry if you answered this question already. It's all good. I would start Kraft over Kincaid. Got a super chat in the building from Terry Crowder. He says Smith, Fields, Wilson need to drop one. Justin. Okay. Smith, Fields, or Wilson. I guess you got to drop Justin Fields and place, because you can't drop Geno. Wait a minute. Yeah, you can't drop Geno Smith, and Russell Wilson is starting. Somebody gonna pick him up. I would say drop Fields. Appreciate you, Terry Crowder. Appreciate you, bruh. Chris says I love Vidal as a stash. JK got a reputation, right? And Vidal is a nice stash. User 279 said, let's get some more likes. Yes, sir. Jake Ring says, start 2, Chase Brown, Zach Moss, Kareem Hunt, and Leggett. Kareem Hunt and Leggett. Kareem Hunt and Leggett. A says Tennessee has one of the best defenses. Facts. Yes, fantasy football wise, they suck. I agree, but they got a good defense. I know, bro. You speaking facts. Mouth of the South says trade. I just did Chuba, Brooks, Waddle for Mason, Downs, and McCaffrey. I think it's a good trade. I think it's even. You got Chuba, and then you got the handcuff, and then you got Water, who's volatile. Then you got Mason. Then you got McCaffrey, who's going to come back in a couple of weeks, probably. They talking about it. And then you got Downs, who's a good wide receiver. I think it's an even trade. I got the later half of the trade. I'm 4-2. How did I do? I like that you went on secure McCaffrey, and you got Mason if he doesn't come back. And you got Downs. I'm okay with the latter part. I think both of them is even. I really do. I think both of them are even trades. Mike Shamrock says, "G, how you think George Pickens going to do with new quarterback? You like Adams over George Pickens this day?" Yes, I do like Devontae Adams over George Pickens today. C.A. Jefferson says Tracy or Sermon. I'm going with Tracy over Sermon. 7 says Marvin Harrison Jr., Chase Brown, Tank Dale, full PPR, best to worst. We get an extra point at 40 and 50 plus yards. Okay, from best to worst. Okay, I'm going to go with Tank Dale, Chase Brown, Marvin Harrison Jr. 7 says, how are you feeling about Brian Robinson Jr. today? I'm playing him. He's a must start. He's a top 12 running back for me. Mike says, also, you like Pittsburgh D or Washington versus Carolina? I would go with Pittsburgh, but neither one of them is a streamer for this week. But if I had to play one of them, it would be the Pittsburgh D. Excuse me. 7 says, yep, talked about Chase Brown and Brian Thomas Jr., right? And some other guy, Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed was killing before he got hurt. That's a hit. That's still part of my hit. Because he went down with a season-ending injury. But each game he was playing, he was killing it. He was killing it. Talked about Tank Bigsby. Travis Etienne didn't work out. G, you ever see someone come back from 1-5 to start? Come on, Kobe. Yes. I seen people make the playoffs from 1-5. Chris Villa says, in and start it over. No, we good. We good. Aaron says, I think it's a troll TD because it's past 1 minute. Facts. Facts. Seven says, they know you know the script. Chris says, Vegas coming for TD. Aaron Holloway says, but just end the live and then come back. Now, it worked out. Charlene says, good morning, TD. I picked up Pacheco. I'm a fourth quadrant manager. I love that. I need to get something that says something. I'm fourth quadrant. I got to do something with the shirts with fourth quadrant. Guys, I got to sit down and actually get the gear and all that together where y'all can go click the link. I bought some shirts. I just end up giving them away. I didn't market them good enough, but I will be making some memorabilia so y'all can buy them. Yeah, right. I don't want to be banned. I'm not. They can't ban, man. I ain't did anything. Like, they gotta warn me first. I haven't said anything crazy other than reading out a comment. Now that's the thing that I was worried about. So maybe if I get a warning, they'll tell me in my YouTube studio. Chris says Douglas is a good one. I think Hopkins is about to turn up. Talking about Demario Douglas being a breakout wide receiver in the second half. Jorgos, he said, what's up? Slayton, Juju, or Lazard? I'm going with Juju. Terry says, yeah, I had to grab Wilson, so I guess I got to let Justin go. Lisa says, have PPR, Deontay Johnson or Devontae Smith. I'm going with Deontay Johnson against Washington over Devontae Smith. Charlene says, Mahomes is doing too many commercials now. No, he's not, because he's still the best quarterback in the league. That team's still undefeated. He's just not doing fantasy numbers anymore. That part of his career has changed. Now, he might come back in a couple years when they get some more weapons and Worthy and these other guys mature. But right now, they just trying to win Super Bowls. Let me see. Chris says, stash AR or Hopkins? AR. I got Goff and Darnold. AR still is the guy. You can flip him or something. If you can't trade quarterbacks in that league, then don't get them, but you should be able to trade quarterbacks. Houston or KC? I would go with KC, but it's tough. Neither one of those defenses have great matchups. I think KC can keep the game close, though. Shawty says, I love Pickens, but I want to see it first. Me too. Ethan, what's up, Ethan? Ethan says, who do you think won this trade? I got Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper, and Rashad White. Got rid of A-Chain, Ridley, and JSN. I think you won it. You got Garrett Wilson and Amari Cooper. Now, I'm not worried about Rashad White. And you got rid of Ridley and JSN. So you only gave up A-Chain. I think you won the trade. Conscious says TD won a lot of viewers their week one matchup if they play Likely. Right. Facts. Likely gonna be, I'm telling you, Likely gonna be a top 12 tight end. I don't care what anybody say. And buy low on Mark Andrews right now, too. Buy low on Mark Andrews, but Likely gonna win people their leagues. Likely is a baller. John says college football is better. It used to be, man. It just depends. It just depends. Terry says, I got Hunt, Montgomery, Chase, Metcalf, Cook on my lineup. That's why I'm sitting Cooper unless you think Cook will cook over Cook as a flex. No, you got to start James Cook over Amari Cooper. Conscious says, TD, I didn't see that comment you read. I would have deleted it. Right. I must have been rolling my joint. Massachusetts legal. Yeah, put that part in there. Guys, I'm like Anchorman. I don't got no filter. I got to be able to start seeing those type of comments and skip over them. Mike says, gee, you think the 49ers get after Pat Mahomes today? Woo, you know what the NFL stands for. Niners for life. Yes, they do get out the Pat. I think this is a low scoring game. I would take the under in this game. Take the under. Mike 32 says, would you start JSN or Worthy? I would start Worthy over JSN. Ethan says, do you think Mahomes is a good but low, or do you think the boom will never happen? I think he'll come back, but it's gonna be years. Like, man, he's gonna be in the NFL for probably 15 more years. So they'll have different strategies each year. But far as him being a 55 point or 55 touchdown a year guy, no. He's trying to win a bunch of Super Bowls. So they don't care how they win. Raga says, I bench Brian Thomas for Deontay. That's on you, Raga. I'm going to chastise you. You know better than that. Why did you watch my channel, Raga? Why would you tell me right now? I'm looking in the chat, bro. Guys, excuse me. Let me get off camera real quick. My nose is running. It ain't got cold in North Carolina. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, Raga, why would you sit Brian Thomas, bruh? Please explain that to me. Please let me know why would you sit Brian Thomas Jr. I'm gonna go on to the other questions, but I'm watching. Seven says Walker is no longer questionable. Okay, so you got to start Walker. So no Charbonnet today. Terry says agree. I think he's agreeing with one of the earlier comments. And Ethan says, TD, outside of Colorado, who is your favorite NFL prospect? Wow, bro, that's a great question, Ethan. All my guys are from Colorado. He's not going coming out, but I'm gonna say Archie Manning. I like Archie Manning, and it's another guy. Let me think. It's a couple other guys that I really like. Right now, all I know is Archie Manning. I know he's not coming out next year, but I got to do some more research, bro, before my guys are basically on Colorado right now. I'm sad today. My Texas Longhorn lost to Georgia. It's okay. Y'all going to be fine. Y'all going to be fine. Texas is going to be fine. You work their work. Now you can go and put Archie in the game. Get Quint. That's why y'all lost that game, because Quint, yours. You need Archie in the game. And then you got an excuse to put Archie in there. I don't know why Quentin came back. He should have transferred, man. Both of them, I don't know. So maybe they don't care. Oh, bro, did I skip your super chat? My bad, bro. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, Chris. Thank you for letting me know about that. He says pick 3. Deontay Johnson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Amari Cooper, and Debo. Deontay Johnson, Debo, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Deontay Johnson, Debo, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Chris says, I bench Brian Thomas. Wait a minute. Yeah, Rod guy. Okay. I bench Brian Thomas because I hate the international games, but I played the price. Right. The internet. Listen. I understand we all get certain type of niches, and we don't want to do it, but don't hurt yourself, right? Like, I don't like flying. Then you ain't gonna be able to go and visit the world. Then you can't go to Las Vegas. You can't go to California. You can't go to Canada. You can't go to Paris because you don't like flying. I don't like flying, but I got on the plane to go to Vegas. I know I was gonna go see Vegas before I died. So you gotta have the same decision, bro. When you got a big time player, you got to play him. That's what y'all should be learning from me. And then I'm gonna get that. It makes me a little bit angry, not in an angry way where I'm angry at you, but bro, this is what my channel is about. My channel is not here to be a hit rate, and I get it. I do got a great hit rate. That is my claim for why y'all should be looking at me. Why should I listen to you? You don't eat out stats out or anything. It's because my hit rate is good. But the main reason why I believe if you a sub and you've been sub for me for a while, you should know you should play your studs. And I believe Brian Thomas Jr. is a stud. He's been a stud for like 3 weeks now, and you got to put him in your lineup no matter what. Unless you got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's what that man. Listen, if you go down with playing your studs, I don't got nothing to say about that, and I understand that. But it's all good, Chris. I'm glad you shared that. Charlene says yours. Yes, yours. You got to get rid of yours. I mean, he don't suck, but you got to put Archie in. Terry says, I got Shaheed on my bench. Think he will help out later or let him go? Nah, he's out for the season. Let him go. Vanucci says bench 2, Cooper, Dale, J-Mo, Tracy, Judy. Bench Judy and Cooper. Bench Judy and Cooper. Slitty says Deontay, Marvin Harrison Jr., Bowers, McBride, sit 1. I would sit Marvin Harrison Jr. Dirk Boy says Hunt or Mason. I'm playing Hunt over Mason. Yeah, so guys, yeah, I'm sorry about that again, Chris. I didn't see that. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't. Chris, I didn't see that super chat earlier. But guys, I guess I'm getting ready to get out of here. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a blessed day. Let's get these dubs. Charlene says love Jaden Daniels this season. Yes, Jaden Daniels is gonna be probably a top 5 quarterback. Terry says, glad I found your channel. I sub. You're cool. Appreciate the football talk. Anytime. Chris says, you good. I just do it to support. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Yeah, have a good day to you, too, Terry. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. Peace.